civil engineer for life.
Oh, Dad, I just got, hey, hold on, son, I'm going to get some help.
Whoa! You won't believe what's happening in Canada.
Totally not robots, they're just normal guys. Ordinary people leading ordinary lives. Totally not robots, they just want to make you laugh. So sit back and relax, or else you'll feel their wrath.
I was driving here, because I could walk here if I wasn't lazy. And there was construction going on, just on a street. Yeah. And it said, okay, there was like all this machinery. Then there was a sign that said road work ahead and more machinery. So my gripe is, it wasn't road work ahead. It was road work there. You know what I mean? Like the sign should have been at the beginning. You know what I mean? But it was in the middle. I've never seen that before.
Just bad signage.
Yeah.
They got ahead of their
And
signage.
it just irritated me. I'm like, it's one block. You know? Just put the sign in the right place.
Well, you know what? If you told that to any of the guys on the site, they would go, not my job. I'm not the sign placer guy.
Oh, no, they'd say much worse, Jason.
Yeah, and they would go, we're going to put you in a hole now.
I
Dead body ahead. Watch out.
I am a civil engineer.
Okay.
And I've had to come up with signage plans.
Yeah.
And there are standards, but I don't think I cared, really. I just did the best I could. So I'm sure somebody was just really super lazy about
And on
putting
a
a sign.
Saturday, yeah.
Interesting.
I was just like, I was
If
trying
you don't
to
care,
justify
can you still do the best you can?
That's a good point. What percentage do you think you slacked on the job as a civil engineer? You're no longer a civil engineer. Right?
And don't worry,
Well-
probably no one's watching this.
Yeah.
Technically,
Nobody gives 100% all the time.
right. I technically don't do civil engineering work anymore, but I still consider
what I
myself
said.
a civil engineer.
Oh,
civil
okay.
engineer for life.
Nice, okay.
But I slacked off. My first job out of college, for sure, I slacked off. I just wanted to get to the weekend and drink. So,
Oh, really? I worked the hardest at that job because I was
Oh,
scared
really?
of getting fired. Yeah.
I just don't think I cared. Did you guys try hard in your first jobs?
Yeah.
Any jobs?
It's like,
I don't know, yeah.
apparently you tried really hard.
I'll say you get to a point where it's just like hard work is not noticed. It's just who you're friends with, and then you
Office
coast.
politics.
Like right now, I'm working hard at my current job.
Anyway, welcome to Totally Not Robots. I'm your host, Tony Augusty, here with
Charlie Matt.
Nate.
Jason.
Will.
last names, please.
Okay.
Charlie Matt.
What did you say, Tony Augusty?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Nate Hudson.
Jason Petterson.
Will Curry.
I mean, why are you guys so pouty? Like, we agreed.
fine.
I asked the question.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
We agreed, I guess.
Yeah.
Surnames
we
are
agree.
great.
All
Surnames
right,
are great.
all right. I mean, we can just, it doesn't matter. Welcome to Totally Not Robots. Here with Pat on the ones and twos, and who will never be on camera.
Last
'cause
name?
He doesn't want to be.
Okay.
I don't think we need to know Pat's last name.
No? Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, because we've agreed to
We
be
know
public
we're-
figures.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see
I'm
that.
respecting Pat.
We should leave it up to Pat, though.
Yeah,
I
Pat's
think.
giving a thumbs up. He
Okay.
appreciates he respects my.
Oh, he wants you to say his name.
Okay, so this is our second episode.
Second.
Much sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
Like a week apart.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
The Force Awakens.
The
Strike.
Force Awakens. And I guess the question I would ask is, how do you guys feel the first episode went? Charlie, we'll start
Yeah,
with you.
I loved it. And I was so excited about it. It was like buzzing me up a little bit.
Yeah?
That was when I was
You're
like,
sober.
yeah, I'm sober.
California sober.
California sober.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, that was fun. Let's do it again. Let's do another one. Because I was thinking all the podcasts I like, I got to listen to them. And I burn through them pretty quick. And so I want another one.
And you were like, ours is better? Or-
Yeah. And also, if we did one a week, that's 52 episodes a year. That doesn't even feel like
That
enough.
is how time works.
Yeah. Let's never make a sketch again. Let's just do the podcast about talking about making sketches. That's way funner.
I'm having a
Production.
good time. Yeah.
That would be
Nightmare.
funnier, but I can already feel Will tensing up as you say that.
I'm always tense, Tony.
Yeah. Are you a tense person?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very
I feel like I
anxious
know
person.
the least about you. I know the least
Ask
about
away. What do you want?
He's
We
a
don't
civil
know.
engineer. What more do you
yeah.
need to know?
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nate, how do you feel how the first episode went?
How does time work, Tony?
There's a debate about it. There is a debate that we're all just living one continuous moment. Because you and it's it's sleeping that creates the illusion of time. You know, going to bed and waking up, and then you feel and the sun moving across the sky. But really, it's just a way to mark oxidation. That's the only true test of time.
I'm oxidizing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel the
So
oxidizing.
Nate, good way of not answering the question as usual. So how do you feel the first episode went?
I thought it was really funny. I really enjoyed the banter between us.
I did too.
Just love you guys. Just kidding. I just wanted to be extra sappy for that for a second.
Okay.
No, I think
I
you
like how you
guys
said
are.
just kidding. That was,
No, I'm kidding on the extra sappiness. I didn't mean to put it out so like.
hey, we can be, we're the anti-legion, as I like to say.
Oh yeah.
Anti-Legion?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was really funny. It was interesting. I really enjoyed the pitches. I liked the back and forth. I liked the little.
You know what I'm really enjoying? The idea of somebody who watched the first episode and hated it, and they're like, "Fuck these guys for
These
liking
guys
the
don't know what
first
they're talking
episode."
about.
Yeah.
I'll take hate
I
watchers.
would
If you're
love-
hate watching,
Congratulatory.
Hate watchers welcome.
I love hate watching
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Should we be mentioning comments?
Comments?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't posted it yet.
No, I know, but everything I watch is always like.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you
That's
saw
how
the
you build
episode.
community.
Yes.
We will engage for sure.
I do feel like Jason's great at engaging.
Yes.
Huh?
You engage with comments like on videos
Oh,
we
yes.
post a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
Jason was very
AIPD
good.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Even like all the hate, you're just like, yeah, okay.
Most of the time when you go in, rarely do you get the double down. People would be like, people are much nicer in the third comment, except for like teenage boys who love to double down and go,
Oh, do that.
now I'm going to go right to the word that gets me banned.
We'll talk
'Cause
about
I
that
don't
on
wanna
the
talk to you
Patreon
anymore.
version of the
Okay.
podcast once we have a Patreon.
Yeah.
So you don't
We've got
like, you're also like, I never know, like, do your feelings get hurt ever?
I mean, it's usually superficial stuff like fat or, I don't know. So, really hurt me? I don't know. I don't want to reveal
don't
too
tell-
much.
yeah.
Here's my weaknesses.
How do we
Here's
hurt
what will
you?
make me cry.
Well, I mean,
100%.
okay,
Yeah.
have you ever read your previous show, AIPD? Have you ever had a comment that hurt your feelings?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you don't have to say what it was.
Yeah, I won't.
Okay, good. Why are you laughing at that?
Why are you taking him to the pain right now?
Yeah.
Why are you taking him to the
Jason,
pain?
how do we hurt you?
The worst comment
Guys,
is the one where it's just like,
What's the most painful
We all
thing?
What
hurts
Charlie
you
can-
most?
Charlie can agree to this. See, Charlie and I, I don't want to say the most enlightened people on the show.
Go,
but
sure.
we've crossed the veil, so
Yeah.
to speak.
That's why you guys sit over
What does
there.
that mean? What does that mean?
We've experienced ego death
Yeah.
Oh,
in a
okay.
psychedelic sense.
Okay.
God, I'm saying a lot.
I
Mom and Dad, don't ever watch this. Actually, though, I told my parents when I did DMT. So, yeah, I did DMT.
all right.
Anyway.
It's out there.
Actually,
and
I told my parents about it too.
you told your parents I did DMT?
I was like,
As
you
soon
gotta
as,
hear my
as soon
friend
as you
Tony
took
do
it, you're like, Mom.
Yeah.
No, but
Well, they had to take me to the psychiatrist because I didn't sleep for 3 days. Anyway,
okay.
but
Totally worth it.
yeah, like this is what the show is about. You know what I mean? Like the getting to the pain. You know what I mean? Because we spend our whole lives. Everybody watching this, most people spend our lives avoiding the pain, avoiding ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna,
Well, this is the last episode
yeah.
I'm on.
Yeah, so why would they want to watch that?
Because
That's the thing, you're avoiding it. This
We-
is an escape where we're having fun and doing jokey things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it is jokey, but it's also the way forward. You know what I mean? Like, all of us in our own way are afraid of shooting sketches. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, because we're afraid people won't like that.
Sure.
Not Jason.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, no. See, Jason was the first to say sure.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Nate is
Yeah.
the most afraid.
Obviously.
That's why he deflected. So
I said not Jason.
part of the show, really, really part of the show is kind of documenting that. You know, because I don't think it's talked about enough, like this fear of failure and why most of the people. You might be watching this if you're interested in shooting sketches or whatever, just like seeing guys do bits, but that really is what's behind it. You know what I mean? And like this is a way for us to get over our fear.
I wanted to call us small scared men.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
I
really
like
good.
that.
Oh, you like that?
You never said that, I don't
scared.
think.
You
You know
said you
why?
wouldn't like it.
You know why?
Why?
I never said he would.
Yeah, you said Will's a big, strong man. He doesn't want to portray any weakness. That's what he said.
See what Nate is doing? He's afraid. He was afraid to share it.
I like the last episode when
No,
we
I
were
wasn't
talking
afraid
about
to share it.
our level of
I'm just telling you
fame.
what he told me.
We can still change the name.
Anymore. I'm not afraid anymore.
That was so good.
Anyway.
Sorry, Charlie. what
No,
did you
no.
think?
Yeah, I just didn't. I wanted to avoid the crosstalk. But we were going to
What
our
crosstalk?
level
What's crosstalk?
Christian talk.
Anyway, sorry.
our level of fame, and
Not
Jason said
yeah.
we're all twos, or the best we could go for is all twos, and Helena was like, my wife was like, there's your name.
All
twos.
twos.
All two.
Well, you want to talk about hurtful comments? Those will be flowing in. you know?
Yeah. I
so-
like both those names.
Yeah,
all two.
yeah,
Where were
yeah.
these names like a couple
All
weeks ago?
twos.
Well, you know what? We could always rebrand 2
Yeah, there we
episodes
go.
in.
2 episodes in.
I generally hate names.
What
and
if like
numbers,
every
but-
episode
We
it
are
starts
all
and it's
twos.
like a new name? It's like
Yeah.
That'd be a nightmare. 'cause
all twos.
I have to make
And
them
Will's
be
writing
graphic.
a new song every time.
Yeah, I'll keep writing songs.
So, Will, how do you feel the first episode?
Well, we skipped over Jason, I think.
Oh,
Jason's
yeah.
opinion. What did Jason think?
I thought we're good.
See? All right, Will.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of just fear of things, like I'm a perfectionist, right?
Yes.
Like I definitely.
I feel like Will and Charlie are the perfectionists.
Are you a perfectionist,
I
Charlie?
kind of am, but it's like the
More
worst,
overthinking.
the worst kind of perfectionist
Yeah,
because I'll be like,
we're-
it must not see the light of day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get a little more pragmatic the deeper I get into a project. So we're shooting it. I can see the footage. Maybe it doesn't match what I imagined it would be. And then I'm like,
never
okay,
does.
let's wiggle and move with it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's improvise.
Yeah.
I feel like we overanalyze the most. Overthink.
Yeah, well, I overanalyze too. But,
Yeah.
no, I thought it was good. I enjoyed the banter. I think there's obviously things that we can work on. I think it was a little bluer than I thought it would be, but that's okay though. I thought it was fun.
I purposely didn't do a sex pitch.
I do want to talk about that, like, cause with sketch writing, because the first sketch I ever wrote. So maybe I can tell a little of my personal sketch writing history. So I have a friend who he lived in California, and he was doing some comedy stuff, and he contacted me. He's like, "Hey, would you help me write some sketches?" And I'd never written sketches before, so I'm like, "Okay, I'll write some sketches." So
Is this like a working writer?
no, he did like some TV stuff, did some like local improv stuff there in Los Angeles, and he asked me to help him write some stuff. So I wrote a few sketches just for like a local like sketch show he was doing there, like a weekly show, and I submitted the sketches, and they were obviously terrible because it's the first time I wrote sketches, and they were all like super blue, like super blue sketches, and I was like, okay, I definitely went and I guess maybe we should explain like what blue is for people. I always have a hard time explaining what blue is. Basically,
Dick,
just,
balls,
like,
titties.
yeah, like sex
Jason
jokes.
had no trouble.
Yeah, it's just different, like dark humor, but it's would bathroom humor be blue?
Farting
I guess
shit,
kind of.
Yeah, I think
a little
so.
bit. Yeah. So anyway, I kind of went to that well like first, and I realized, okay, that was the issue. I needed to maybe not go there right off the bat. So I wrote some stuff. I really tried to write something that wasn't blue at all, and one of them ended up getting picked and put in this show. And I got to see the video of it, and I was like, oh, now I'm totally hooked. And so that's started my journey on sketch writing. So
And this is before you did improv or anything.
yeah, before I did anything. So it got me into I took a sketch writing course, and that got me into doing improv. But for me, it's not like I have any issue with blue humor. Like I like blue humor, but I think you just have to not go to that well like frequently.
It can be a crutch.
It definitely can be, because I see a lot of stand-ups too that start and it's just blue, it's just dick jokes like right off the bat. It's like you're not trying. You're not trying.
One thing they don't do in Detroit, that when I started out doing stand-up in Seattle before I got into improv, and the open mics there would not allow, unless you were like a working or comic that got booked, you were not allowed to swear during open mics.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was what they explained. They're like, because you guys swear too much, you're depending on. And I know comics that are, we all know that would be funny, and they're like, I can't not swear,
Yeah, it's hard to not.
Censorship is funny.
Yeah.
But it'll make you a better writer when you don't use that tool of, I think part of it for newer comics is they want to shock you, right?
Yeah.
They want to shock you. And because that can be funny, but this idea of playing to the height of your intelligence and trying to do something that's, just try and do something a little smarter.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying. Yes.
There you go.
Jason, what did you think about the first episode? I skipped over you for a bit.
He said
Oh
good.
no, yeah, that's good. Technical things will always get better, but sounded good, was funny, had fun, good pitches.
Yeah.
Good times.
And like I said, we all like each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to
For
repeat
now.
that while it's still true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever think there'll be a time when we don't like each other?
You know, I was thinking about starting a theater like last year, 2 years. This is different from the theater Jason and I talked
okay.
about starting. Like,
Yeah,
there was like a deal that might have gone, together. I mean, this might be 2 years ago, actually. And we talked to a friend of ours who was like a lawyer. And she was like, the thing you have to plan for is when you hate each other, when you're starting a business with other people.
Yeah.
With that, let's get to the pitches.
Okay.
All right.
Who do you think's gonna hate each other first then?
Good
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to predict. One of us gets famous.
Yeah, I think that would be the tell. I don't think it's going to be
I wouldn't. I would not be mad if
It's
any
gonna
of you
be
got famous.
situational.
I wouldn't be mad. I would
Yeah.
be fine.
I'm actually,
I'd be
I'm rooting for you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and I think if that's, you could just root for each other. That's what friendship's for.
I'll sink into the sewer and rue your name if you become famous where I do.
Well, one of my favorite quotes is by the writer Gore Vidal, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he says, "Every time one of my friends has success, I die a little bit inside," and I think that's a very honest answer.
I saw Marlon Brando in an interview the other day when he was a little bit older, and this lady is asking him, she's like, "You're the best actor in Hollywood, some say. Do you think you're still like the best or whatever?" And he's like, "My dog is the best actor, and he pretends to love me, so I give him food."
I love old Marlon Brando. He was such a troll in everything he did in life. Every public appearance, he hated it, but he's like, people keep giving me roles, so I'm gonna torture the hell out of everybody in the production. And like what's that one movie?
Island of Dr. Monroe.
Do you exactly
Monroe.
Not
The
Monroe.
Island of Dr. Monroe. There's a documentary
Dr.
called
Monroe.
Lost River that I highly recommend everybody watch. And just cut to the parts where they're talking about Marlon Brando just doing whatever the hell he
I've
wanted.
seen clips from that.
It is
great.
amazing. I would have hated him, but I appreciate it.
And then he proceeded to say, "Everyone's obsessed with winning and losing. There's no such thing as winning or losing."
I feel like that's like Jay Leno or something, right?
Now where's my sub?
It's like,
I was promised a
The
party
melting-
sub. And I'm gonna eat it off right now. You thought it was for the cast and crew? It's all for
How did
me.
we get here?
I
How
don't
did we get here to these terrible Marlon Brando?
You act like you have chew in your
thought
mouth
it
or
was Jay
something. I
Leno.
don't know.
Yeah.
Did he even talk like that, or was that just The Godfather?
Yeah, I think
Just in The Godfather.
study of the causeway.
I wonder if he
that's
kept it
the-
going just to keep
I'm gonna
the
make you
troll.
a deal. How do you know he's not Don Juan?
That's the best one.
Oh,
It's best so far.
yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Go ahead.
here's my pitch.
There
Okay.
you go.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Abortion Doctors.
Oh my God.
This is our controversial episode.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
I can't wait for my pick.
This is just something that came
right.
to my mind.
All right.
I don't really have much beyond this.
Okay.
I don't have a fully formed sketch, but these are Teenage Mutant.
now,
That like they're the characters you know and love, except they're abortion doctors, and they're
Okay.
like dealing with this situation of like more restrictions on abortion, but while using their superpowers also.
well,
Are they turtles?
They are turtles.
wait, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Abortion Doctor. See, I was thinking maybe the origin story could be cracked mutagen over abortions. And then they become...
What do you mean? I don't understand what
the,
that meant.
the abortions get mutagen on them, become mutants,
Oh, I
and
see.
then learn the art of abortions.
But would they? But they were like failed abortions.
Yeah.
In ninjutsu, yeah.
I kind of pitched this with the idea that there's no way this would ever get made.
So,
Yeah.
so I think this is similar to what we were talking about
Yeah.
previously with the last sketch. It's like,
Yeah.
obviously, this is an extremely sensitive topic.
Yes. I shouldn't be laughing.
I think when you broach these topics like this, I think you have to do it like in a satirical way. Like you have to find a way where you're saying something. You can't not have a viewpoint about something like this, right? Like,
well, many people claim
you can't just make jokes about this.
Yes, I agree. And I don't know where this would go. But that's why I brought it to the group. Because last week I had kind of like a fully formed sketch. And I realized like that's not very conducive to a conversation. So that's why I came up with this.
Let's test the waters.
Yeah.
Now, what were you doing when you thought of it? This is my question.
Okay,
I was reading a story about abortion restrictions. And then I was going to lie and say I was talking to because he likes the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I wasn't. And then that just came to my mind, just like in that way that like, Nate, you're very quiet. It scares me.
Listening. I don't want to crosstalk.
Okay, so I'll present that. And again, it's offensive. You know what I mean? But it's also I feel like there is something there. Like it could be a commentary on like abortion restrictions. That's what I was thinking of, like in the thing. Like abortion needs a superhero. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Right. Like they're delivering safe abortions.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. And obviously, the villain is Shredder. You know what I mean? Yeah. I saved that one for the end.
Yeah.
But the villain could be like one of those freaks that stand outside of abortion clinics with the van with all the pictures.
Yeah. Right.
That could be.
So I would say think on that one.
I'm not going to continue with that.
Think on that one.
No. I'm just
You would propagate that idea.
Nate or Charlie, do you have a controversial pitch?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
You want to go first?
Well, mine's not controversial. So.
Okay.
Is yours controversial?
I feel like mine is controversial.
Okay.
Let's go.
Should we do non-controversy then
Well,
controversy?
Well, we're pretty knee deep
Mine could
in
be like
controversy.
the rinse at the end. That's like,
Oh, you want to rinse it? Okay. I'll go
Okay.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Up. Here's the pitch.
Good.
Yeah.
Genie in the bottle.
Yes.
Guy has a
Oh,
genie.
no.
I always thought you were thinking of I Dream of Genie. I'm old.
No,
So.
I talked to Jason about this.
Oh, you
And
did?
I talked to you. So, here we are.
Yeah. Here's
Why
the pitch.
are you guys always pre-pitching?
Oh, this is
We talked.
This is what I mean.
Hang out more
Like,
with you.
Yeah.
but-
I talked to Nate on the phone and I messaged Charlie. I don't have a lot of contact with you, Will.
It's true. You guys don't. So it's my own fault. Okay,
You
go
have a
ahead.
rich. I like to think that you have a rich exterior life.
I send Will
Don't
TikToks.
bother
He just
Will.
doesn't
Don't
comment
bother
back.
Will.
What's that?
I send you TikToks, but you never.
Oh, I don't. I'm not on TikTok. Yeah. I
Oh, well,
pretty much
that's not
deleted.
working then.
Charlie and I communicate on
You
TikTok.
can just
Anyway,
ghost you.
continue.
Yeah, go ahead, pitch.
Here's the pitch.
Yeah.
Genie of the lamp.
Yes.
Classic,
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Someone goes, okay, oh wow, I got a genie. The genie comes out. He's like, you can do the genie thing. I'll give you your wishes. But there's one caveat. Anything you wish for is done by these tiny slave children in my
Oh
lamp.
my God.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think it's funny because it's another controversial. Like,
Yeah, here we are. Anything you can wish for anything, but it's all your wishes are done by these tiny
Child labor.
slave children in my
Slave,
lamp.
yes. Yeah.
They do it all. And the guy's like, oh man, well I can't have these tiny slave children doing this wish. I can't have it. And the tiny slave children scream out from inside the lamp. They say, please, we want to exist. If you don't make a wish, we don't even exist.
Yeah.
This is better than the nothing. They all scream in unison, all these tiny slave children in the lamp.
That implies that they've done that before, right? That they have a chant. This is
like
better
they've
than
been
nothing.
in non-existent and then they've existed.
Yeah, they've worked on the, a very
Oh,
concise version
you
of it.
think that
This is
maybe
like the 1000th
nothing?
time
You
they've
think
had to,
maybe
like,
nothing
shout
is
out.
better for them than to do the little slave labor to make my magic
Well,
trick
I'm
happen?
wondering why they wouldn't. So here's how I kind of see it going.
Well, are you first of all?
To me,
are
this is
you
maybe
done?
this is kind of like commentary on capitalism. a little
Okay,
bit,
well, have you
a little
finished?
bit.
I mean, are you finished with your?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay,
I'm
just
done.
want to
I
make
mean,
sure.
child
Unless if
labor
you guys
is-
want more. No, I think I'm done. Let's go.
I was gonna say, so the guy gets maybe like he gets his first wish real quick. Oh, it's great. Then he gets his like second wish, and then like baby's like, oh man, like I think I'm gonna should I wish for a car or that? And then he hears like, hey, wish to have us released. And it's like, what is that? And she's like, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's not.
Yeah, that's
And it's like, no, I'm not gonna like. Tell me what is that? And he's okay. It's little slave children that grant all your wishes. And then he's like, oh man, should I wish to like set them free? I probably should. Nah, I really want that car or something like that.
He doesn't know until the second one.
Here's
I
the
like
button.
that.
It's an advertisement for like Alibaba or something like that, or like Temu. It's a Temu advertisement at the end of it.
What's Temu?
It's Temu.
It's like
Temu.
Amazon, but way cheaper and way crappier.
And
it does.
allegedly made with slave labor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Or Sheen, that's another
Well, there's
one.
another advertiser out the window. No Temu.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to say something about the sketch.
No, I was going to say something about Amazon. I feel like Amazon's getting shittier every day.
There goes another advertiser.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you say that?
I feel it.
Yeah.
But I'll make apology.
Hey, Alexa, don't sponsor this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other advertisers should we shit on? Let's see here.
I think
Build
that,
apps. I don't...
that I feel like that is the most workable.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
I think that
Sidebar cross.
I know. True. I think that, again, it could be a good commentary on slavery. You know what I mean? Like, you could say things like, I want to create a country that, and I want you to build up its like infrastructure and all that stuff,
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you can't repeat wishes, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's a little too on the nose, but you know what I mean? Like a commentary on Mark, like, I want to build a pyramid, it's like, that's already been done. You know what I mean? Like things like with slave labor. I want to build a Taj Mahal, it's, all that stuff. So, see, I can call
No
this
repeat
up.
wishes.
Yeah, and that could be something. Or you could free, or like, you could wish to free them. You know what I mean? But I'm not sure where that would be.
Oh, that would be funny if you freed them, and
Yeah.
then like that's when the sketch really gets going. Like they're super annoying kids, and like they're your responsibility now.
Yeah.
And like you guys do nothing around the house. Like didn't you like do work all the time? Yeah, we're done.
Oh, you mean like kind of like a Despicable Me situation?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he frees them, and then annoying kids, and he steps outside, and all the people on the street have had their turn with the lamp. They all got Lambos, and their houses are made of gold, and they go, "What the hell? You free them? Idiot! You gotta move out of this neighborhood though, because your house looks like shit compared to ours, and now you got all these kids running around. It's kind of loud, and we're living in luxury now, so."
I still have
Deal
one
with
wish.
what you reap what you sow, kind of. I guess good for you that you freed them. I'm gonna hop on my boat and fly into the sky now, and
What?
yeah, I don't know.
That just, I was like, where's this going? Like,
yeah. I've got a flying boat thing.
Yeah.
That's how rich I was.
yeah.
But you freed them. So
Isn't that
good for
just
you.
isn't that just a plane?
Good for you.
Why
Yeah,
is
I
it
know,
fly-
my boat in my
You're
sky
going to heaven eventually. I'm going to heaven right now. I'm going to fly my boat, plane,
My
whatever.
sky boat?
My
It's
sky
a boat that flies. It's not a plane that floats. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like
Get it right.
I wish I had another wish to explain this better.
I feel like that in itself is a sketch where the guy's like, "Hey, I just got a sky boat," and
Yeah.
they're like, "You mean a plane?" No,
Jerry,
it's a boat.
that's
that
a
goes,
plane that
yeah,
just
it's a boat that
floats.
that flies in the sky. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a
stop
plane.
saying that.
Yeah.
It's a flying boat.
All right.
So there you go. Yeah, that's fine.
I think that is the best candidate to become satirical.
So maybe that's one of your wishes, and the kids are like, "It's just a plane. Like, who was that?" Oh, it's child labor.
Yeah.
How
I
would
think
we
should-
shoot it?
Well, let's not think about that.
Oh yeah. We got.
Again,
You can go write it. Yeah.
we,
write it out.
as I
got
said in the
some
first
ideas?
episode,
Yeah.
we took, took Bruce McCullough. I'm sure he would love to be mentioned.
Yeah.
Of Kids
Hey,
in the Hall.
Bruce, we're doing it.
Yeah,
We mention him in every
Shout out to
episode.
Bruce.
Making it, Bruce.
Shout out to Bruce.
We
Yeah.
mention him in every episode.
Yeah.
Bruce
But
McCullough.
he talked about this concept of the best idea wins. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think in the first episode, we kind of got away from. We didn't really think about that. And we were talking more about what's the easiest thing to shoot.
Okay.
You know
No,
what I mean?
no. That's not what happened. Watch the first episode again.
Okay, go back and watch this
Rewatch
episode.
it. They
figure out
Rewatch the
figure out
episode
whose pitch
and
was
see if
selected.
it's true.
Nate's pitch was.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Yes.
whoa, see.
Yeah, it didn't go right the first episode.
All right.
Don't discount
We'll
Nate's
break
victory.
it. We'll break it down.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll break it down.
All right.
Possibly doubly victory.
All right, Charlie. Will, do you have a controversial pitch, or should
No.
we go with okay? So
No.
let's go with Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie, clean us up.
All right, clean it up. Here's the pitch.
Nice.
Okay. I've been watching a lot of Bluey with my kid.
Oh,
There-
yeah,
it's
blue. We were
Australian
talking about
show.
going blue early on.
There you go. Blue.
So there's just a fun. It'd just be a fun bit with like accents, right?
Yeah.
So imagine.
Controversial. Here we go.
Yeah.
No,
what
you got-
kind? What kind of accent?
Got, like,
yeah.
No, it's just gonna be
Is
like,
this bluey Asian?
"Hi, Dad." You know, like, "Oh, where are we going now, Dad?" Right, and you've
Well,
got this.
first of all, I don't know what bluey. I know.
No, it's not Bluey. It's just
okay.
the Australian.
What is
accent.
Bluey?
It's a show about
Dogs,
an
Australian
Australian
dog family.
healer.
Oh, okay.
Dog,
I didn't know that.
the family,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
like kind of tackles parenting and child things like in a fun way. Kids love it, parents love it.
Oh, parents love
It's got like jokes for the parents, you know.
Because there is I have two young nieces, and there is a show. I forgot what it's called now. I thought it was Bluey, where maybe it's Cocomelon that the parents hate
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
yes.
that one's the worst.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, continue.
Okay, so it's gonna be it has to do with the wombat lady, the social media influencer that was in Australia.
Oh yeah, for
recently.
people that don't know,
I know.
Oh yeah, I saw
there was
that.
a woman that she's like an influencer. She was in Australia. She picked up a baby wombat, took it from its mother, and ran down the road. And then the mother chased after it. You
Yeah.
know? And then she thought it was really funny, and everybody wants to deport her.
You know what's funny to me
She
about
got deported.
that is that they're filming it, and they think it's so great that they post it online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like awful. The mom Wallaby's like screaming, chasing this lady who's like taking this baby. It's like real sad.
Yeah. No, I mean, influencers are some of the most like, I don't know what you want to call them, like
Amazing?
soulless people.
Oh, yeah,
We're not
yeah, yeah.
influencers. We're but yeah, whatever.
Well, now
You know,
it's sad.
yeah.
pranks
Actually,
are just
that would make a good sketch where you run off with a wombat and then like give it like a makeover, then return it to its mother, like put makeup on it and stuff.
That's so awful.
Is that punching down? Is that punching
Yeah, it's
down
like
on
animal
wombats?
cruelty.
Australia's
now
most
we're in
beautiful
animal
wombat.
cruelty.
So continue. So it was based
That
on
was
the
it.
wombat lady.
It was essentially it was gonna be like all happy-go-lucky and like us, like a couple of us done up as like a wombat dad and son. I figured we
Yeah.
just maybe like, "Oi, Dad, where are we gonna go see Mom? Hey, hold on there. We're gonna get the and they're talking to
Yeah.
Mom, and then all of a sudden like just big hands come in."
Snatch.
and just snatch up the kid. "Oh, Dad, I just got hey, hold on, son, I'm gonna get some help." And then it cuts to that clip of the
Oh,
the
yeah.
internet lady, like, "Hey," and you're hearing like, "Put me down," and it's just the footage with us voicing over, and like, "Hold on, Dad," and like cutting to us the koala.
Yeah.
We'll be done up like what are they called? They're not koala bears. They're called
Wombats?
wombat. So we'd be done up like
You
wombat.
just said that.
We'll be done up like the wombat,
Yeah.
and like, "Oh, Dad," and it's like screen, and it's just kind of silly, and
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. They're Americans.
they're Americans. Don't worry.
I
No
almost
worry.
I want to go get your mom.
Don't worry a lot.
Well, the part in the video, the wombat mom leaves, right? And they're like,
I haven't
let's
seen
go
the video.
give
I just read about
Let's
it.
go get the wombat back.
Yeah,
and like I think the mom gets so scared that she like takes off, and so
Yeah.
they're just like, "Oh, got a baby wombat. Let's leave it by the side of the road."
Yeah, but the mother did come back for it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, in real life.
I
In
think,
real
I think
life.
it did. Yeah, in the video.
But I think that there's some wholesomeness to this one. I think even though it's a child kidnapping,
Yeah.
But I almost, when you said that, I just imagined like the wombat family is like gathered like on a couch like this, and like
Yeah.
the wombat police are there, and it's like
Yeah.
the first 48 hours are crucial. You know what I mean? Of like, and then the end of the sketch is like they're reunited with the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like the wombat families, like a wombat family's just watching it, like, "Oh, what a nice story."
Yeah, I feel this could be if any of us knew like animation like quickly,
Yeah,
Could you do this in Adobe Animator?
I think you probably. I mean, it would be a good opportunity to learn Adobe Animator.
All right, that's on you, Charlie. You're the captain of this.
Yeah,
sketch.
with these like news like related ones, you got to do them kind of quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
very evergreen. So
You got to catch the
yeah, and then
news cycle.
if we don't catch that crest of the wave. It's just some stale wombat.
Stale wombat.
Yeah, it's yeah, it works.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. That's a good
I
idea.
like that. I think that's the
it's
best
not
one.
controversial, but then it kind of is when
Yeah,
Nate was like,
yeah.
"It's the saddest video I've ever seen." I'm like, "Ah."
Well, I agree with Nate.
It's like straight up animal
It was
cruelty.
so jerky, you know?
I saw like the story,
And also
of
the
it.
unawareness of it is like the grossest part.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Thanks,
That's
Charlie.
the pitch.
Thanks for cleaning us up a little bit. You know,
got it,
or
guys.
making it not so dark, man.
Bring us down to the
These
gutter.
first two
Will.
episodes.
Okay.
Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy?
What are you talking
I'm
about?
just a little
We made a wombat version of the room.
I'm just a little wombat baby. I'm just trying to show you how sad this thing is.
I was like, where are you going?
Boy!
Like,
Boy, hang in there. Stay strong, son.
Okay,
Get Mom. I'm so scared, Dad. What do I do?
What should I do, Dad?
Oh, actually, this is pretty funny.
I thought it would be fun.
I thought it was actually really tragic.
Yeah.
Now I'm like laughing. It took a turn for the better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
So we'll.
Okay.
But that way,
so-
racism made the joke better.
All right.
Goes on the phone accent we get to do.
I think it's 90% of it.
Yeah, it's 90% accent.
I'm gonna have a complex
But-
for the rest of my life.
I really like the idea of
Less
like.
racist, they're going to look like you.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of our
true.
group trying animation.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try it.
Also, a meta pitch, a meta sketch of us casting each other for the wombat son, and
Or behind. That's more behind the scenes, I would say, than meta, right?
that would be behind. Well, we could do a sketch about making the sketches.
Okay. Very good.
Sketch about sketches.
Sketches about sketches. Sketch about.
All right, Will.
Okay.
Bring us home.
Here's the pitch.
Okay.
Group of friends hanging around, talking about their cell phone usage, their smartphone usage, and they
Relatable.
we're going to do it. We're going to give up our phones. And they're all like, yeah, let's do it. And then one guy's like, yeah. You can tell like he's not going to do it. And he's like looking at his phone and he's like unsure about it. And then cut to later, he's like talking to his phone. His phone is like Siri or something, like, you're never going to leave me. Like you're stuck with me forever. And the guy's like, yeah, of course not. I would never do that. And then he tries to quit his phone. And then his phone somehow has like the ability to start influencing his life, like making bad things happen to him. And maybe he needs help because the phone is fucking with his life. And he call his friends, like, oh, I don't have my phone. None of my friends have their phones either. So it's just this whole like thriller thing where he's trying to quit his phone, but his phone is making it impossible for him to quit the phone.
The phone could clone his voice and then start calling his friends.
Yeah.
And like calling his job and
That's
stuff. They're like,
good.
you have a lot of nerve coming here after what you said on the phone. I don't have a phone.
That's an interesting commentary because essentially what you're saying is it sounds like a stalker movie, but the phone is stalking the guy.
Right. The phone, like maybe what's the movie with Glenn Close and Michael Douglas, like Fatal Attraction?
Fatal Attraction.
Like-
I was thinking of Single White Female.
Yeah, like it's the phone is like you're never gonna leave me. Like I'm gonna be with you forever. You know, and so like he tries to quit his phone, but the phone just keeps like popping up in ways and.
The phone's like, you just made a big mistake.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh God, find my phone. It was just at the corner. It's not here.
You don't want to live with me?
You just made a
Let's
big
just see what
mistake.
it's like without me.
Yeah.
And then it just disappears. Like, where'd it go? Yeah. and it just
The
starts-
real life thing that I first thought of is like I do this to Ellen sometimes, and she's like, you can't do that without telling me what it is. Is I'll be like scrolling on TikTok or something, and I'll go like, oh my God, and Ellen will be like, what? I go, nothing, and she's like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't react that strongly, and now I'm so curious.
Yeah,
like, what
can I
is
tell
it?
you something? That is one of my pet peeves, where people are like looking at their phone, like in a public place, and they'll be like, you know what I mean? Like a group of friends. Like if we were all sitting here and doing that, and I'd be like, what? No, you have to tell me, and they won't offer it. Like if I laugh at something out loud, I immediately offer it. You gotta offer.
It's called a bid.
Ellen is right.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. It really
So
drives me.
your phone could be like, okay, I'm gonna quit my phone.
Yeah.
Whoa! You won't believe what's happening in Canada. What? I'm going to Canada next week. What's happening? You gotta pick me up to find out.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Oh, Jesus Christ, you won't believe.
Were you doing are you doing an Australian accent?
It's like
Jesus! I don't even know.
it's
I
like
can't do accents.
I swear you started going into an Australian accent.
Jesus Christ!
Where's my phone?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
bet you'd like to look at the drink menu, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or he goes into a
Like
store
you
and he's
need a
like,
phone
"You're
just to go
overpaying."
eat right now.
What?
Yeah.
You're overpaying. I got a bunch of coupons and you know about a bunch of deals that they posted to Instagram.
Yeah, I think that, and if you want to be like, you know, like you could just be like at the end, he just goes to Verizon store and the guy's like, oh, you had stalker mode on. That's
Yeah,
fine. You
that's
know,
good,
like,
yeah.
that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that's good.
Like,
But-
what could a phone do to you to mess with you? You could like order stuff to your home.
Yeah,
that
like
you
order
don't want.
DoorDash.
DoorDash or something. Yeah.
With AI, you could do anything. So you could have like a suspenseful moment where you see some guy that you think he's the guy that's ruining your life. You're like, hey, stop! And he's like, then you finally catch him, and he's like, I'm a TaskRabbit. I was hired just to stand outside of your door and run when you can, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then his phone rings, and it's like your phone talking to you
Yeah.
through his phone.
Yeah.
Or something with like pornography, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like his wife sees him, like is like, you told me that you don't look at this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I believed you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Spoofing location. You're always at the strip club.
Whoa! Let's not get pornography involved.
That's sacred.
Okay.
It built the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
Built the internet.
Have some reverence.
Yeah.
Al
Alright.
Gore built the internet.
DARPA built the.
I'm waiting for pornography to take us to Mars.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are arrived at the moment where we vote. Will it be Tony and Teenage Mutant Ninja Abortion Doctors?
Okay.
Will it be Nate in, I already forgot what you did, Nate.
Genie.
Genie. Slave Genie.
slave
master Genie.
Child
slave-
labor
child
genie.
slave labor genie.
Yeah. Will it be Charlie, wholesome wombat family kidnapping / child kidnapping? Or will it be Will with stalker cell phone?
Stalker cell phone.
Jason, because you made a noise, you're going to vote first.
Genie.
All
I
right.
think Genie. I think at first I was like, I forgot why I thought this was funny. And then I came back around to it again. And I thought it was hilarious again.
I like that honest answer.
Yeah.
Nate?
Genie.
It's almost like you're using the lamp.
Yeah. I vote stalker cell phone.
All right.
Whoa.
I think that could be a good social commentary, and it's relatable, the most relatable. I mean, I just think it's the best idea in my opinion.
It needs some work. But
Yeah, but I
there's
like
a
the premise. I
germination.
like the premise. Yeah. Charlie?
Yeah, I think all of our ideas, if done with enough collaboration.
Charlie, you're not running for
Yeah,
office.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
You're not running for office. Remember that.
Just saying.
All
right.
I
He's
just
right.
wanna
He's
say-
right.
Yeah.
This just because we don't pick it now does not mean we're
we
definitely
should-
not
we're
making
shooting
it
it.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should say that, we vote for a sketch, but that doesn't mean that any
gets
or
made.
all of these pitches could get made as sketches.
We have to make it.
Or it's just
None
a
of
vote
them might
for the
get made.
podcast structure.
Okay, so Charlie, with that caveat, please continue.
Yeah, I think Will. I think the cell phone stalker. I
Oh, I
think,
was gonna vote for mine too.
I think it could be.
I thought you were going to say, I was going to vote for the Wombat. Gift of the Magi.
I think you
I
can,
like
Worked out
it.
great.
you can get a lot of our personality in like comedy, like casting us in it, and
Yeah.
like as the group of friends that swear off cell phones, and then maybe your phone double crossing you, like we get angry, like it's messing
Yeah,
with us
yeah,
too.
right,
Or
right.
people don't believe it. It's kind of it's funny. When we were setting up, you had Chucky on.
Child's
Child's
play,
play,
Child's
but with a
Play,
phone, yeah.
And it's like, and it's like, okay, it's related.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I saw what you did there. That was a very subliminal
Yes.
message you planted.
planting.
So you
the
vote for
message.
yourself.
I do.
Okay, so the winner for this week is Stalker Cell Phone, as I've come to
Yes.
call this.
All
sketch.
right.
Will, so why don't you go write that up? And we can all write
Yeah.
up our ideas. I will not write up my idea because I think it's probably just too out there.
Yeah.
But that's the second episode. Is there any issue? I know, Charlie, we talked a lot about our feelings at the top. I know that's important to you.
Yeah.
And it's important to me too. I don't know why I put it
I
on
love-
Charlie.
I love-
I feel like you're the heart. You know what I mean? Like the the soft center of the show.
The gooey nougat.
Yeah, the most vulnerable.
The weakest.
Yeah.
The weakest.
The weakest. Yeah.
You're weak.
It's all just a clever ploy to hide how dangerous I am.
Nougat is?
What?
You know, people
Almond?
in like Europe, like in Spain,
Marshmallow? Really?
they just eat nougat. Like you can,
Animals.
You just go to the grocery store and there's big hunks of nougat, like Parmesan cheese, and people just buy big blocks of it.
Really?
Is it
Yeah.
like toasted
Yeah.
marshmallow? That's what.
Is it marshmallow?
What?
Is it marshmallow?
No, it's not.
Oh, you
marshmallow.
said it so confidently. I fooled
I'm
again.
pretty sure it is, but
I'm too gullible.
but this is a
Jason's
pretty
the most
controversial podcast.
I am
So-
gullible specifically when you say something so confidently, and then you double down and go, yeah.
Yeah. He believes you.
I don't have my phone, so
One
how
day you'll
to
have to
know
tell the
if
license
if
plate
it's
story,
if it's
but
real or
anyway.
not.
So the sketch we picked is Stalker Cell Phone. And that's our second episode, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what do you want to say?
I was gonna say, should we talk about more of the soccer cell phone idea, or are we just like that's?
I think we
I
got
say
it.
we'll let Will run with it, and we can offer ideas postings. We've gone far enough, I think.
Yeah.
And
This has gone far enough.
Yeah, this has gone far enough. No. I'm calling it. I'm calling it DOA. You know.
Small. What was it? Small angry men.
Yeah.
Small increment.
Oh no! Small scared men.
Small scared men.
Small
All right.
scared men.
Well, I will turn in and address the camera now, and just like if you like the small scared men more than Totally Not Robots, I still like Totally Not Robots.
Everybody likes them both.
What
Yeah.
was the two? The two.
Only all twos.
All twos.
All twos.
twos,
Yeah.
all twos.
I don't think that's true. But anyway,
twos
thanks for
productive.
watching. If you have comments, I'm sure you have things to say. Again, this is part of
Especially
the...
after this episode.
Yeah, especially after
Yes.
this episode. You know, we're laughing and stuff like that, but this is kind of a look into the writer's room in the process where we talk about controversial things. So if you're offended, you have every right to be, but just tell us what you think. And for Charlie, Nate, Jason, and Will, do you have something to say, Will?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just say my
You're
name.
doing some hand things.
I was just. Well, I'm very handsy.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
You're supposed to show your hands within the first like 4 seconds.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did.
What? That is a trick. Like if you're doing like a Zoom interview for a job, show them your hands in the first few minutes.
We should
First
actually
few
start
seconds.
the episode
I saw
just
it,
like
and
this.
it's true. It's like that's what magicians do. So it shows you're trustworthy.
I'm just gonna get these little hands, like little hand things, that like, oh hey.
Yeah.
Where's
Anyway.
that interview where it makes you look less trustworthy? Like you got like teardrop tattoos and you got a gun in your other hand.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
All right,
shit.
I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna interrupt to end the show.
Okay.
The show's over. Goodbye.